Hi everyone, it's Kat here. How are you doing? It's in the afternoon. I've been out for the day and I've just got home. Actually, I have a confession to make. This is take two. I had filmed and I'd been, talking away for quite some time, and I was nearing the end and I thought I would check the, the camera setup and everything, and the video had not recorded. So this is take two. Yeah, so I had been out all day and I have already kind of been through this, so you do miss out on me opening up my genuine surprise at one of my little parcels here. Never mind. So I just thought I'd have a little bit of a crafty share and update. I also wanted to mention the competition, the free giveaway of the Daphne's Diary. So if you recall, I asked you to make sure that you have subscribed and to comment on my videos, and pretty soon I will draw that. I was thinking what I might do is just go through the comments, and I'll write them down on a piece of paper and I'll put them in a jar, and I'll just draw it out randomly on the one of the videos. So I would say we'll do it for another week. So I've got a few videos that I plan in the pipeline, so we'll just leave it open for a little bit longer. Yeah, so just a little bit of a crafty share and update. I went out today, and where I do go on this particular, on Tuesdays, there are a few op shops there, so I always try and call in, and I've got quite strict criteria when I do go op shopping, because I've only got a limited space, and I thought that would be something fun that I could share with you when I get a little bit more organised, is maybe just show you how I organise and I craft, because I'm sure that there's a few of you out there that don't have a dedicated craft room. So yeah, I do have strict criteria when I go out, because otherwise if I just brought everything back, I would just be bulging at the seams, which I've already got a lot of stuff anyway. So but yeah, I always come out with something. No matter how tough I am on myself, I always manage to come out with something. So yeah, I just thought I would go through that with you. Okay, so got a bit of a black and white theme happening here today for some reason. Not really been one for buying up clothes to chop up, but this caught my attention. And I have looked at this, and I think it's handmade. I think somebody has made this, because there's no tags on it, but I don't think it's been worn. Someone's probably made it and given it as a gift, and I think it's just been given away. But this little embroidery, little flowers caught my attention on the sleeve here, so I'm going to unpick those. So there's two sleeves there, but by the time I unpick it, I'll get two links, probably, or double that. So yeah, probably two links like that, and I've got two rows, so I can cut around these and I can use it for snippet rolls. So I paid $4 for that, so I know if I ordered that, on eBay or somewhere, I would be paying a lot more than $4. So I thought, all right, well, that was worth grabbing that, and I'll see if Isla likes it, because I think once I chop off the unpick all the flower bit here, I think I'm going to be left with a sleeve, so we'll see how we go. And I could probably, I think that's definitely been hand stitched, because that's a little bit crooked there. So yeah, Isla, because she kind of goes for these colours, and that looks like that probably could almost be her size. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we might not even end up ruining the t-shirt, so that would be even better. So I also found some of this star trim here. What I do like to do is, like, on my pockets, I like to get like little banners that are on a string and like a little flag, and I just sort of like to do that kind of little thing. And I thought, I've got some little golden books coming up, so anyway, I thought that's something fun. And I got some rickrack, just some white, so I can dye that when I work out how to do that. I have coffee dyed and tea dyed some laces and some fabrics, and they turned out beautiful, but I would like to get into actual colours. So I think you can just use distressed ink and water, and just sort of, I've done that with a little bit of seam binding, but yeah. So if anyone's got any tips or hints on, or you know, some tutorials they recommend for fabric dyeing, and I've got a bunch of lace too that I need to dye up into different colours, I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so I've ordered some little bear charms, little teddy bear charms. I had started working on some teddy bear journals, but I have popped them to the side because I got busy doing other stuff. But these are turned up now, so they're tiny, really tiny, but they're very cute, and I like, you know, a bit of book jewelry on the edge of the pages and stuff. So I thought they'll still be all right. And there's like a little cow in there. I don't know if he was meant to be in there, but they're supposed to be teddy bears, so I got myself a little cow as well. So and you'll see further along too that I got another little cow today too, so maybe there's like a farm journal that's crying out to be made. So I got some dyes which I ordered off, I'm pretty sure someone was destashing their dyes. So I've been looking for Australian themed dyes, so I got that one there. And then I got this cute little koala bear in the eucalyptus tree. It looks like I got a little bit of a label there, which I thought would be quite handy. And I got this little snail, which I thought would be good for snail mail, happy mail. And I like that. That's a little typewriter. I thought that was very cute. All right, so yeah, I did sort of mention that in the first take that I did, that I had ordered something from quite a well-known YouTuber, and it arrived, and I was slightly disappointed because, not that I'm after freebies or anything like that, but I don't know, look, I appreciate that some people are really big and they're really busy, but I think don't forget the little touches. And you know, I like the fact that I got this like little embossed little bit of card, and I got this Christmas wishes, and I also got that little die cut as well. I mean, it just, you know, puts a smile on your face, so I just thought I'd put that out there, you know, just saying, you know. But anyway, I still love her, like this YouTuber, I'm still going to watch her, so it's not a problem. But I also got this black lace, paid $1 for that, which obviously it's been chopped up a little bit, but I got, you know, still quite a good amount there that I can use. The lovely Karen Louise Munro, I think her name is, did an amazing tutorial on, or set of tutorials actually, on the corsets, and she's around the junk journal groups on Facebook, she has provided the free template, so I've grabbed that, and at some stage I will definitely do her pockets, so that is what made me grab that. Plus I've also got reds, like red and black. I've got quite a lot of that lace actually that is gathered, so, and that's, you know, projects I've definitely got down there in the pipeline that I want to do, like steampunk and vintage ladies, and I want to do a gin journal for a girlfriend, so I'm pretty sure she doesn't watch my YouTube channel, so yeah. I also found this black satin ribbon, so someone's obviously been cleaning out their black stuff. Yeah, so then I found these little cards as well, which are just little prints of watercolor landscape scenes, I guess. Yeah, so country, they just reminded me of the country, and I love that one. That just reminds me of the beach, and when we used to take the boys down to the beach when they were little, and just reminds me a bit of some beaches here in WA actually. So also slightly reminds me of Victor Harbour in South Australia, very slight, except for it's clean, it doesn't have all the seaweed and everything. And there's my little cow, I loved her, she's just gorgeous, so I grabbed that one. and that one there. So it just spoke farm to me. So, oh well, I'll keep that aside for my little farm journal that I do one day. So there's those ones there. And I found these hot laminating pouches, which was really cool because I was watching Wendy Mason the other day, and she was making these specimen cards. And I was making mine the other day too. I had some leftover templates from when I did my last tutorial. So I was sort of had that plan that that's what I wanted to do. And I couldn't find my laminating pouches because that's what Wendy did. She laminated them, which I thought was a really good idea. So, but this is a 12 by 12. So anyway, it's a 20 pack and $5. So I thought, well, I'll grab it until I find my laminating pouches along with my music sheets that I can't find. But one day they'll turn up. So that's those. And then I was also watching Nick the Booksmith. She did a tutorial recently. She's got those Kodak slides that you can order, and she was talking about transparency films, and she had found hers in an op shop, and I thought it was quite strange that I walked in, and in fact it was the first thing I bought. It was these transparency films, so I thought that would be good. So I got 50 for $2. So, and you can print on them. So I thought that would be fun, and I can use them as acetate. But I've also got some I've got an embossing folder that's like a Polaroid shot. So I thought I might play around with that, and might print some photos off and stuff, and see what I can come up with that. So yeah, for $2, I thought that was pretty cool. So I got some mail. So I got those teddy bears today, and then I got, isn't it funny how you get things kind of all come in at once? Like I got the teddy bear charms, and I got those die cuts, and then I got this, and I was I knew I had ordered some books, but I'd only ordered them like on Friday, so I thought, well, that's quick. But the only other one, and I didn't even think that it was this, was Helen Colebrook. I have been following her lately because I'm a bit of a bullet journal user myself, and I love my my planner books. So I've got this one here, To Draw Your Beautiful Ordinary Life, and I've drawn some things out of that, and I've just got a few other books, so I've sort of been getting interested in it, and I like her method, and I have been playing around with it for the last couple of weeks, and it's really good. It's been getting me back into my productivity. So I saw that she had got this book, so this is what I ordered, but I thought it was a pre-order. I didn't expect to get this for quite some time, so I was genuinely like wrapped because what I did in the film that didn't work was I turned it over, and then I saw Journal with Purpose, and I went, oh wow, but it was quite amazing, my reaction. So she's done a little note for me, but as I do like to keep the washi. Oh, I might get that. I tried the first time around, but it wouldn't come off, but now it is. So I'll just put that aside. Let's see. I'll show you what I do. That's my journal there. And I just take a page and I just stick it down. So you'll see I've got all these bits of washi that whenever I get mail, I peel it off and I keep it because it's so pretty. I don't want to throw it away, so I keep my washi. So this is a nice little note that she's written. To Katrina, thank you so much for ordering my book. I really hope you enjoy it. Love, Helen. And I love the paper, so I'll even keep that paper. And then she gave me, in a nice little glassine bag, she gave me some little journal cards as well, which I'll just do a quick flip through of those. So I love that one. That one's just beautiful. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Plus I get myself a lovely glassine bag. So I'll pop that over there, which I can use in a journal. So this is the book, Journal with Purpose, Over 1,000 Motives, Alphabets and Icons to Personalize Your Bullet or Dot Journal by Helen Colebrook. So I highly recommend her. If you're into like planning and organizing, and if you like the bullet journaling style and you like those dot grid notebooks, then yeah, I do recommend her channel. So she's just got like all these different little illustrations. She shows you, you know, little exercises. But you know what the cool thing is too, she's got some lettering that you can practice on the back there. So I will have fun playing with that. I like that. She's got like the arrows there, speech bubbles, some borders and stuff. So I'll have fun with that. I'm not sure if I've got my bullet journal handy, but anyway, that was that. So what else? Another little thing I wanted to mention too, guys, is I've been actually trying to decide what to do with my journals that I make, because I have reached a point where I have got plenty of journals that I've made for myself, and I've made, you know, a few journals for friends and family, which I've shown flip throughs at various times on my channel. But I've decided that at this point I'll probably start selling my journals. So I have kind of chatted to a few businesses in the local area, and they, you know, seem to be interested. So I'm going to take some that I've made down there. But yeah, so I've kind of tried to work out where I would like to, like how I would like to sell them. And I've been thinking, do I do an Etsy shop? I know there's Zibbit, and you know there's a couple of other places that you can do. I ordered some business cards and like a little like I designed postcard on like Vistaprint, and they gave me a free offer to do a website, and I've been playing around with that and I'm really happy with it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just sort of trialing it at the moment, but I have put a bit of work into it already, and I have gone live with it. So I will put it in the description link below. So yeah, check it out, and I'd love some feedback on that. But it's got a little shop which has got nothing in it at the moment, but I did put something in there yesterday and I tested it and it worked. So I'm thinking that's what I'll do. I'm thinking that I'll just list my journals there for sale, and then you know, I'll do ephemera pieces, and also you know, like when I collect things along the way, like for example, I've got all these letters which are from, you know, my old family members that are written like in the late 50s and 60s, and I've got tons of stuff, like, you know, from my mum when she when I cleaned up her house, she just kept everything. So I've got old rent, her old rent book from like the early 70s, and anyway, so that's what I was thinking. I might put together, learn how to do it, and do some maybe digital just scans, make them available really cheap. And that way, in between projects, I'll have things in my shop. So anyway, that was my thoughts. So I would appreciate, yeah, any comments or thoughts on that. So, okay. A little quick project share. I've been doing, you know, using up my scraps. So I've come to the end of a project. It's my design team project, which I'm hoping I'll finish tonight. But I always like to kind of use up like whatever scrappy bits that I've got. And I did this. This is kind of loosely following Jessica Rapp, her method of collaging, but it's a bit of a combination of a few tutorials that I've watched. But I was pretty happy with how these turned out. So I was going to do a little craft with me making some ephemera, but because I had not done this before, and honestly, it was a bit of a mess when I made it, and I wasn't quite sure how it was going to turn out, but I was really happy with how this all worked out. I thought it looks really cool. So I thought I would do a little craft with me and show you how I did that. And honestly, you would not believe the scraps that I used, but it's just amazing. And I've used fabric, washi, book pages, yeah. I've just pretty much chucked, like, you know, just these little bits that are even half of something, little tiny little bits of the sari ribbon, and little tiny little bits of lace. That was just some trim that, you know, like a little bit of ribbon that was just, I honestly thought it was half of a zipper, but it's actually, like, I thought it was a broken bit of zipper, but it's actually a bit of ribbon. Yeah, so yeah, just this tiny little square that's been kicking around for ages. So I just thought I would try that. And that is, I can't even remember where I got that from, but that's foil. And I think it was off some food packaging, but there was no food under it. It was all sealed and nice and clean. But I just loved the colours of it. And it actually was a little farm and a homestead, but in the mountains, but it's been a bit covered over, but I mean, even that I use. So yeah, so I thought I would do a little craft with me. I'll get to this in a minute. Just talk about this. So my partner and I have been going through our garage, and I'm going to go through my storeroom as well. Because when Mum passed away, you know, I brought a lot of stuff back with me, especially when Mum was ill in the last few years of her life. I had to fly back, you know, probably 2 or 3 times a year. And then, like, one visit I cleaned up her house and I had to close her house, and then I flew back to sort things out with her and stuff. So every time I would bring stuff back, and of course, you know, now I've got all her clutter like in my garage and in my storeroom. So I've been going through and cleaning and sorting out all of that. But when my uncle passed away quite a few years ago, there was a suitcase. Well, there was a few bags actually, and Mum had never opened them. She just couldn't bring herself to do that. So, you know, obviously when I was cleaning up, I opened them up. So my uncle was a professional jazz player in it, like he was a professional drummer in a jazz band, and he had some quite amazing stuff actually. And I've got some beautiful little prints that I've put up in frames, and which he obviously won at some sort of competition. But he had a whole stack of records, which were all jazz records, and I don't have a record player, and they're just sitting there. So I put them up for sale, and somebody just came and collected them, and he was a young guy. I don't know, he was like probably in his 30s, and he did look like he was a bit of a jazz kind of enthusiast. So I'm hoping that they've gone to a good home. But when I was going through them, I found that. So I thought that would be really cool as a steampunk cover or something. And then I turned it over, and it's got my uncle's name there. And I was quite nostalgic about it, so I'm going to keep that. I don't know what I'll do with the record inside, but I'm going to keep the cover, and I'm going to make a journal out of that, and that will be another one of my journals. But I might put my family stuff in there, because I've got a lot of stuff to go through that I want to make collections and write little stories about them for the boys when they get a bit older. It's something I'm really quite passionate about actually, and I will do more videos on that for sure. In fact, when I start doing that process, I will make some videos on why I feel that journaling is so important. And you might think that, you know, like I've got 2 boys and they're in their 20s and they're just not the least bit interested in, you know, journaling. You know what? You never know. They might have children one day, and then you have grandchildren, and at some point somebody might be interested. And if you don't keep records, if you don't journal, then no one's ever going to know your story. And you might be thinking, oh, well, it might end up in a deceased estate, and, you know, when I pass on, and, you know, and that may be the case, but you never know. Like what happened with me, I cleaned up Mum's place, and because she kept stuff, I was absolutely delighted to find my grandmother's journals. And I've talked about this whenever I see people talk about it. I don't journal. I don't know how to journal. My life's not interesting. What do I write? How do I use these journals? I am just so passionate about the fact that you should just write something, because someone one day will read that and they might really treasure it. I did get a little bit emotional there, guys, so I did edit some of that out. But stay tuned and we'll delve deeper into that one. I believe that's ephemera, going by what Jessica Rapp was talking about recently when she was talking about ephemera. So I just wanted to talk about this. This is a little book that I picked up op shopping quite a while ago, and I just learnt about Coptic stitching, and I couldn't believe it, because like literally like that day or the day after, I walked into this little op shop and I saw this book. So anyway, I ended up buying it for $5, which is just amazing. I mean, look, it's been all hand stitched, and it's also got that's watercolor paper in there. So amazing little find for $5. So what I've done, it had a little bit of damage just on the cover, so I just put one of these labels on there, and I haven't got around to it yet because I've sort of got busy for the day, but I'm just going to put stamping across there. But what I've been doing is I'm going to start going through my stamp collection, and I'm going to start stamping it on the pages. So this is one set that I've got. I can't remember if I bought this off eBay or AliExpress, so I'm going to look back in my purchase history. But I'm stamping like black ink and, you know, the brown sepia ink, just so I can sort of see what it looks like on the page, and to keep a log and just remind me of the stamps that I've got. So that's another one there, and I know I bought that one from AliExpress, and that's another one. So that's one set, and then that's another set there. But this one here, I thought this was a Tim Holtz, but it's not. It's Stampendous, and it's the Curiosity one. It just says Stampendous Andy Skinner Curiosity. So I've printed, like I've stamped the brown, and then I've stamped the black. But what I've done is I've looked up the angel policy on it, and I've made notes on it, so I can't use it in swap. So, you know, like we have, like in the past, there's been swaps where you stamp, you know, 10 images and you do a swap. So this explicitly says that you cannot do that with these stamps. And I've just kind of noted down the terms and conditions of use. So this one, I can scan or photograph my finished project. I can show it on Facebook, website, blog, etc. And I can use it for sale as long as the image is hand stamped, but I may not stamp the image and sell that image. As in, just to really clarify, I can't like get a piece of paper and I can't say stamp that image and then sell that image. But in a finished project, as part of decoration, that's fine. So I've just kind of done a few pages. Oh, it looks like I missed a page there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that's my use for this book. So I think that's pretty much come to the end of what I wanted to say. So yeah, so just wrapping up, I talked about the competition, the Daphne's Diary. Just make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and just make any comments that you like. I love reading them. And I've also made my website. So it's www.jollyjamjournals.com.au. so check it out and see what you think, and I would love some feedback on it. So I think I'll call it a day, and I'm going to try and finish off my design team project, put the finishing touches on it, and then I'll film a flip through of that as well. So until next time, thank you guys. Bye.